Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jimmy James. You're watching Catch It Live First. Tonight, we have got Wisla Krakow taking on Stal Wola. If you're a Wisla Krakow fan like myself, we can relax a little bit because we've qualified for the playoffs. However, it's going to be a difficult game tonight. Wola sitting 17th. It's make or break for them. Just going to be kicking off any second now. We'll go through the team lineup shortly. The referee's just having a look at his watch, blows his whistle. Wola get us underway. They will be kicking from left to right in this first half. This were playing at home in their home kit. Red tops, white shorts, white socks. Wola playing green and black tops, black shorts, black socks. Yeah, it's been a little bit of a nightmare, this, to be honest. I'll tell you more about it in a second. I just want to make sure that everything is as should be. I know I'm going to have to adjust this for a start off, so bear with me. Apologies. I just want to be able to show you highlights as things happen. Just out the corner of my eye, we're playing it out from the back. Not one of my favourite things that Wisla do. It's cost us a lot of goals, and ultimately it cost Lekiewicz in goal. It's cost him his position, let's be honest. Right, there we go. That's what's going on currently. Yeah, so I've had a bit of a week of it, if I'm honest. Mainly work-wise, well, wholly work-wise. All good stuff, but just so busy with it. Crazy times. But can't complain. Got to be thankful you're in work, I always say that. Hopefully everything's all right with the volume. I'm just going to have a quick check. 1 second. All sounds good. Good from my end, anyway. For some reason on the stream, there's a thin black line. Starting to get on my nerves. Hopefully it'll disappear. We're playing it out from the back with Broder in goal, who keeps his place. So let's go through the team lineups quickly. Followed. Chance to put a cross in there. Not took it. Chance now. Not messed about, and it's a free kick to Wisla. There was a foul on Lisicki. Wola, they go with, in goal, Piekutovski, Banach, Mhremik, and Furtak. That's a back three. Niepsuj, Valski, Bider, and Zocha, midfield four. And Ibitorti, Tiago, and up front, Strozic. This will go with pretty much unchanged. Broder keeps his place in goal after Lekiewicz was left out last week after a couple of shaky games. A few mistakes. Mikulek, Lisicki, Uriga, and Jaroch. Cabo Belapart, he starts now. So he has been coming on as a substitute as he's coming back from injury. I'll say this, he did it right in front of me in the stadium when I was there back in December, fractured his ankle. But he is back and he starts tonight in place of where you would have expected Igbekim. Poltanovic and Cabo are in midfield. On the left, Duarte. On the right, Baina. Ridado starts up front, and just in behind him is Duda, the Polish Messi. It's normally Zwolinski up front, Livradado just in behind him. But Mario Shop seems to like Duda playing in that position just off the striker. He's got the skill for it. Wisla are on the break here, edge of the box with Baena. He turns, tries to find... He tried to find Duda on the edge of the box and it was played just behind him. He couldn't put the brakes on Duda and lost possession. Chance here now for Wola on the break. Shot comes in. That's why they're in 17th in the league. Awful shot from Ibitorti. Good opportunity there. And he kind of panicked a little bit. If he'd have kept possession and maybe waited for support, because what he did was not good. Not good at all. And that's being kind. Substitutes tonight for more good news with the substitutes as well. Wisla are in here. 1-on-1 with the keeper. It's the post. Oh, I'd be disappointed with that. Will Duarte. That should have been the opener. Have a look at this. As soon as the ball goes out of play, which Carbo's just put it out, so it'll be a throw-in. I'm pretty sure they'll show the chance there for Duarte. Lovely ball through. I think it might have been Carbo or Bellapart who split the defence wide open. 1-on-1 with the keeper. The angle wasn't the worst. Not the best, but it wasn't the worst. Put it to the keeper's right, which was the near side. And rebounded off the post. Trying to get in down the right-hand side again here. Wola. Dispossessed, and Wisla will bring it away. So yeah, early chance there for Wisla to take the lead. Lovely pass from that man we've just been talking about, Carbo Bellapart. Yeah, substitutes-wise, Wola go with Gvozdenovic, Jonathan Jr., Kukulovic, Lelek, Smilek, Serzin, Zvek, Urban, and Wojtkowski. Wisla go with Alfaro. Joseph Colley's on the bench as well. Another one of our long-term injured. At the start of this season, last year, did his Achilles in the European qualifier, but he's back on the bench. Good to see. Igbakim, Kiakos, Tamaskis, Kuziemka, Lakiewicz, the substitute goalkeeper, Sukiniki, and Zwolinski. Strong bench there for Wisla. I'd like to see Colley come back on. And at some point, I mean, the season's done for him. But if he could just get some minutes under his belt, maybe in this game, because it's a pretty dead rubber for Wisla. Wola, they need 3 points. If they're probably done and dusted for relegation anyway. If they can get 3 points here, they are in with a chance. We'll go through that more at half time. But Wisla, with the victory last time out, have guaranteed now our spot in the playoff places. So yeah, it's been a crazy busy week. The commodity and forex markets are going crazy. Always opportunities to make money though. And setting up the new business with Frankie James is taking time. Duarte there tries playing a pass with the outside of his foot. Didn't get enough on it though. And it's cleared. It actually deflected back off Kiakos with Kiakos. Duarte, this was the chance. 1-on-1 with the keeper. Put it to the keeper's right. Off the post. And that was the pass he's just attempted. Not enough on it. And unlucky really with the deflection going for a goal kick. Yeah, so setting up a business with Frankie James. Psychotherapy and counselling. So which is fine. She's definitely the brains of the outfit when it comes to that. I'm PA, do all of the admin, and setting up a Microsoft business. It's fine, probably if you're in your 20s. When you're pushing mid-50s, a lot of what they talk about, I haven't got a clue what it means. So having to speak to Uriger's took a knock there, still hobbling. Ball's back in play. He's in position, but I don't know what happened. Whether he ball breaks nicely for Wola there. Shot comes in, Broder down to his right, pushes it behind for a corner. Yeah, he just lit. Have a look for yourselves. It was a lucky deflection, really. Yeah, it might have even been going wide, but Broder did the right thing in goal. Push it behind for a corner. Yeah, he's down now, Uriger. He definitely took a bit of a knock, did the captain for Wisla. Not sure whether he did it on his own or whether it was through a collision. He's a big tough lad, though. You'll get back up. Yeah, so we had all these conversations with Microsoft, and I went from Monday. I hadn't got any sleep till I think it was Wednesday. Players from the corner, play goes down, headed goalwards. No power on it though. Broder, simple save. There was a bit of a collision going on there with is that Jarrett on the floor? It is indeed. Nothing doing there though. So yeah, it's been a crazy week, and issues with Microsoft and domain names and global administrator issues. Just goes on and on and on. Never ends. The good thing with Microsoft though, now we've got to give them the due. If you've got an issue, regardless of time or day, get hold of them, and they will get back to you with engineers and what have you. You can either, I mean, there was a guy phoned me the other morning. Chance here for Wisla. Mikulek, 1-0 to Wisla. Ball played back across the penalty area. He was unmarked, took his time. Good finish. I'll flick it on the screen in a second once I replay. Marius Shop doesn't look overly impressed, does he? Deep down he is. There's the boys. And girls, of course. That shows the finish. 5 goals this season. Here we go. But it was a ball played into Baena. Lovely cross, lovely finish. I'm not sure if Baena there, if he saw Mikulek or if he just pulled it across. And I don't think he meant it for Mikulek. I think it was just a generic cross. Luckily, nobody got a touch on it. Nice ball in from Duda back to Baena. Took his time, did Mikulek, through the keeper's legs. Defenders unlucky on the line, really. But you make your own luck in this game, and that's 1-0 to Wisla Krakow. An early goal, 12.5 minutes. Why could we not get that early goal when we were playing somebody like Tamalka Brookbetter and or Wisła Plock? Or Legnica. Legnica lost the other night against, I think it was Pogon. So it was not a good evening for them. Lexner they've tapered off a little bit. We'll go through the table at half time. It's been a topsy-turvy team for a topsy-turvy season for a number of teams. So yeah, so I got a phone call the other morning in the UK. Been up all night, no sleep. Got hold of Microsoft about 3 o'clock in the morning over in California. So we'll get an engineer to call you. I thought, yeah, all right. So I'm waiting up. It got to me. Alarm goes off in the morning at 6 o'clock. It's 5:15. I thought, well, I'll get 45 minutes. Just started nodding off to sleep. My phone went. So by the time I'd finished on the phone with Microsoft, my alarm had already gone off, and no sleep then. So it has been busy. But yeah, so we will have, in addition to our other jobs, we will have a psychotherapy and counselling practice up and running pretty soon. So work never ends, but the devil makes work for idle hands. So keeping busy it's not a bad thing, is it? Not a bad thing at all. Quick shout out, if you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button, ping that notifications bell, and if you can give us a thumbs up, that'd be fantastic. Live chat is open. Let us know what your thoughts are. We've also got 3 stream supporters for tonight. We've got jalexpetproducts.co.uk, heavenlypleasures.co.uk, removepest.co.uk. Links in the description. Use the promo codes at checkout. Grab yourselves a bargain. The details for the promo codes are in the description. It's always Jimmy James 5, Jimmy James 7 or Jimmy James 10. And that denotes what the discount is at checkout. This referee's letting the game flow, which is nice to see. This we're breaking down the left-hand side now with Mikulek. Got to turn and get support. Get support from Duarte, who'd carried on his run down that left-hand side. He's outnumbered 2-1 though, so we need some help. Try and win a corner here. He did try and win a corner, but everybody moved out of the way of the ball and it went into the box. Been cleared, but this will recycle. Carbo heads, chips the ball onto the head of Ronaldo on the edge of the penalty area, but he couldn't get any power on it and it just floated pretty harmlessly towards the keeper. But at least it's on target. So there's this game and one more. Then we're going to be into the playoffs. Before this game started tonight, I thought it's pretty much a dead rubber, isn't it? You know, this would have qualified for the playoffs now. Wola, they need a victory if they're going to have any chance of avoiding relegation. So I thought maybe results-wise, this one might not quite be at the races tonight, and Wola could maybe cause an upset. But then I was looking at the players that Mariusz Jop has got available to him, and I went for a double result. I went this were winning at half time and full time. Only put me Zloty on, but and the reason being, with this Wisla Krakow team now, there is competition for places, that's for sure. Especially now you've got Joseph Colley coming back after a long-term injury. I don't think he'll see too much playing time at the end of this season for obvious reasons. You know, it's pretty much after we've got this game, our next game, then it's going to be almost knockout football, isn't it? Which this we're not too bad at it, are we? We like a good cup run. So, but yeah, with the competition for places, when you look at the bench, it's a pretty strong bench. So I thought maybe it's not going to be, although in some respects it is a dead rubber, not when it comes to performance, because Mariusz Jop will not, he's not afraid to make the changes. You know, Lekijevic's had a couple of dodgy moments, and he'd seen enough. Drops him last week. Broder came in within the first few seconds of Broder's return. He made a great save. At first, I thought it was just a wild shot over the crossbar. However, when you saw the replay, he did make a great save. Carbo's just committed a foul there. It's not a bad position to put a free kick into the box. This we're holding a high line on the 18-yard area. Just one man in the wall, Duarte. Let's have a butchers. Here we go. This is a live action. This behind me is the highlights of this season so far. This is live action now. Courtesy of TVP Sport. Cross comes in. Nice cross, actually. Headed away by think it was Uriga. There's a Wisla player down on the floor. Can't see who it is. They're still down. Wola are not looking to put the ball out. Why should they? So it's not a head injury. No, it'll go out. No, it's been kept in. Now the referee blows his whistle. Is it Jarrett? No, it's Mikulek. Jarrett has gone over, seeing what's wrong with him. Did he block that shot and take one in his in the knackers? He's holding his knackers, so he may well have done. Put one for the team there. We'll have a look. Not at his knackers, but at the shot. Now, that was Mikulek's goal. Yeah, he wasn't trying to find him there by Ina Perez. He was trying to find Radado in the middle, but Carbo didn't bother sticking a foot out though, luckily. Ball goes all the way through to Mikulek on the back post, and yeah, finished that well. I don't know why they didn't show them what happened. Well, that must have been millimetres from going out for a throw into Wisla. Assistant says it didn't go out. He's Johnny on the spot, so we'll go with what he said, but it looked close. Just playing it about at the back at the minute, Wola. Plenty of room on the pitch again. It's not being kept tight. Lasicki is trying to steam down this left-hand side. Gets dispossessed. Somebody needs to drop in. Who's going to drop in? Chance here for Wola down the left-hand side. Shot comes in. Blimey. There was a shot came in. It wasn't a particularly good shot. However, it was deflected off a Wisla player. Passed. I need to put my glasses on. It was Uriga who stuck a leg out. Didn't get a decent touch on it. Diving to his right-hand side was, yeah, put my glasses on. Not surprised I'm struggling. That's a bit better. You can see what's going on now. Corner comes in. It's a deep corner. And I think that was, yeah, Poltanovic. But he did it clear. But the referee says the final touch came off a Wola player, so it's a goal kick. Playing it out from the back. Wola not putting the press on, they're dropping off. They've not learned anything, Wola. This is where you can get at Wisla. Playing it out from the back, where Wola have just dropped off and they're letting Wisla just bring it up to the halfway line. In a game you've got to win, when you're 1-0 down, you don't want to be backing off like that en masse and letting Wisla coming up to the halfway line. You need to be looking at previous matches where Wisla are vulnerable, playing it out from the back. That's why Lakiewicz is not in goal. Put the pressure on, because there's every chance that Wisla will give you a goal. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting in the playoff matches. Do Wisla revert back to, if you can, play it out from the back. If not, don't be afraid to lump it long, which works for Wisla. Or are we going to stick with playing it out from the back at all costs? I don't think they should do. I don't think they will do. Because in the knockout games, you don't have a second chance, do you? So hopefully we'll go back to playing it out from the back if we can, rather than it being you must play out from the back regardless, and costing yourself goals. You cost yourself a chance at going back into the Ekligstrasse next season. .23.5 minutes gone. Wisla Krakow 1, Stal Wola 0. Good finish from Mikulek to get Wisla underway in the scoring department. Must be a little bit disheartening for Wola, to be honest. When you know that even if you win, you're not guaranteed to stay up. But you just know that if you don't put the effort in and if you don't win, it's curtains for you. and you're losing 1-0, it'd be difficult to keep your head up. I suppose that's where you've got to have a bit of pride and professionalism and do your job. But like I said, we'll go through the table at half-time. Decent enough crowd in tonight. Tanovic just over halfway. Nothing doing, so he goes back to Uriga. Not sure what's going on with Biedrzycki. Not seen him for a while, whether he's took a little bit of a knock. He's not even on the bench. Got to say, I haven't... Shame on me, I've not been keeping up with what's been going on at Wisla. You know, off the field as much as I'd like to. Like I say, I'm just so busy with work. But chance here for Wisla. Chipped into the area to Baena Perez. I don't know if that was a shot or cross. It was poo or whatever it was. Area shot, didn't look too impressed with that. It was a ball played to Baena Perez on the right-hand side, who was steaming into the penalty area. Chipped over the top there to him. I think he was trying to pull it back maybe to Ridardo. Duarte, who lovely pass there. Yeah, I think he was trying to cross that. Surely he wasn't trying to shoot from there. He's better than that. Is Duarte. It's a foul committed by Jarrett, so it'll be a free kick to Wola. Was it a free kick? Yeah, it's a free kick. On the ankle, maybe. I also want to look at the at half time. I want to look at the fixtures for this weekend. Is there any big fixtures on? There must be. It looks like. I mean, Akagadinya, they're going to go up. They've guaranteed promotion. They've not guaranteed going up as champions, though, because I think there's an outside possibility that Tamalika Brookbet could catch Akagadinya and go up as champions. I think there's 4 points in it and 2 games left, so I can't see Akagadinya not getting a point at least. Well, stranger things have happened, but they're going up into the Ekligstrasse regardless. Tamalika Brookbet, they're not mathematically guaranteed promotion yet, but they will be. It's a foul on the right-hand side. Chance here now, there's going to be a yellow card maybe. Baena Perez got took down. The fullback's not happy with it. Went remonstrating with the assistant on that far side. The referee's gone steaming over and now he's got his card out. If he hadn't have said anything, the defender, Memeric it was. This was the tackle. I don't think he actually got... I don't think he touched Baena. That's why he was not happy. Rightly so. But once the referee's blown his whistle, I always say, there's no point in going steaming over to the assistant on the far side, remonstrating and that, because the ref's not going to say, actually, yeah, he's made a right cock up there. Free kick the other way. It never happens, does it? Not for something like that anyway. It's not like VAR have got involved. But it never happens. So why they do it, I don't know. And now he's got to play, what? We're almost 30 minutes in. You've got another 60 minutes plus added on time to go. And you've got a yellow card against your name. Your team's 1-0 down in a game where you need 3 points to even have a sniff at staying up. And you go running over to the assistant like that. Brains of a footballer sometimes. Like I said, though, can't have everything. Can you be that skillful as these footballers are and be intelligent? There's not many, is there? Ridardo puts that free kick in. Couple of deflected headers. There'll be a corner to Wisla. We've normally had about 5 or 6 corners by now. It was Mikulak who got the flick on. Then it was off the defender's header. So, yeah, we've been a bit slow in the corner stakes today. Just 3 in total. 2 for Wisla. Oltanovic to swing it in from the left-hand side. That's nice, but headed clear. Recycled by Duda. Goes back to Baena on the halfway line. Head a ball down that right-hand channel there for Duda to put one in. It is. Jarroch is still in there. Couldn't get a touch. Back to Duda. Tried to play a little pass, cheeky pass in there to Jarroch. Defender got in the way though. It'd be a corner this time down the right-hand side for Wisla. So no doubt Poltanovic will trudge all the way over. He does indeed. Number 88. Is that doubly lucky if you're in China? I know 8's a lucky number, isn't it? 88's got to be double the luck. Just watch this corner coming in. Not a good corner. No distance on it, and it's headed clear. Recycled though by Wisla. Baena floats one out to Poltanovic on that right hand side. He's got another chance to put a cross in here. Good cross in. Headed clear once again though, and a chance here if they're clever. No, they can't break. Nicolette gets Dudy gets a little foot in there. They do on the pitch when you're looking at the stream like I am. Duda and Mikolek often look very similar. Ball's on the halfway line. This we're just playing it about, not in a rush to do anything with it. Poltanovic tried playing a speculative pass there to Duda. It was cut out easily though, and a chance here for a chance for Wola to break. Now there's a play gone down. Shoulder to shoulder. What do you think of this? Got the ball there, Poltanovic, and the referee says nope. That's obstruction. Now he's explaining his reason. Don't argue with him. Yeah. Little wink there from the Wola player. So I think we can take from that it probably wasn't a free kick, especially seeing as he got the ball as well. Poltanovic, he stood on it actually. This ruled in a high line. I don't know if you can see that line at the bottom. I don't know what it is on the stream. It's really irritating. Floated into the box and it's cleared by Wisla. It'll be recycled by Wola. Yeah, I don't know what the weather's like in Poland tonight in Krakow, but Mariuszop's got his gloves on again in his big coat. Lovely in the UK. I thought it would have been the same in Poland, if not hotter. Hotter, I should say. If you're in Poland, let me know what the weather's like. I'm hoping to get over in a few weeks for a little bit of a break. Definitely do with one. It's working too much at the minute. This was turned to back off now. Just letting Wola have the ball on the halfway line. Trying to get something going down that left-hand channel. Now trying to get to the byline. Cross comes in. No height on it though, and it's cut out by Jarroch. And I thought there was a foul on Baena there. Referee says no. But Poltanovic is bringing it away through the middle. Chance for Wisla to break here. It's with Bradado. It's the right-hand side to Duda. Duda's got room to run into the penalty area. He's got Duarte. Finds Duarte. Duarte turns, tries returning it across. It's an own goal. It's an own goal. Make that 2-0 to Wisla. Unlucky for the defender there. It was, there's the fans. Look at that view. Yeah, it was a nice break with Duda down that right-hand side. He played the ball to Duarte in the penalty area. Duarte turned, tried playing it across to Ridado, but the defender did the job for him. Unlucky, really, the defender. He had to put something on it. Just a shame it went into his own goal. Make that 2-0 to Wisła. Sure what's going on there. That screen has moved on its own for some strange reason. How bizarre. Yeah, I don't know what's happened with what's happened there. I'll tell you what I do know. For some reason as well, I've got to adjust my camera position in a second. Don't know why. Something has just made a change then on this laptop, and it shouldn't have. It shouldn't have done. Wisła coming down that left-hand side again with Duarte. Chips into the penalty area, looking for Duda. It's headed clear, but picked up by Ridado. Ridado tries putting a shot in with his right foot, though. No power on it. Not cleared, though. Wisła get the chance again into the area. Ridado, edge of the box, leaves it to Carbo. Carbo puts a shot in. It goes high, wide, and handsome, but it was deflected. And because it was deflected, it'll be a corner to Wisła down the right-hand side. Yeah, I need to adjust. Don't know why it's making changes on when it shouldn't do. I have to adjust it on the fly. Wait for this corner. Goes back to Duda. Duda flicks one in. It's a time shot from Carbo. It goes up in the headed goalwards by Lusicki. Second attempt. And why is there a VAR in progress? Ridardo's on this far side, on this near side. Not sure what the VAR's in progress for, because we're still underway. It's played back to Duda. Duda puts a shot in wide of the keeper's post. Video referee in progress for what? Unless there was something happened when that cross came in. What are we looking at? No, nothing. I don't know why VAR came up there. It was a non-event. Goal. Huh? I just need to adjust. There we go. Don't know why that had changed in the first place. It's a little bit better. .38.5 minutes gone, just over. Still Wisla Krakow 2. Stal Wola 0. Mikulek opening the scoring for Wisła, and then an own goal. And a little bit scrappy in midfield. Carbo picks the ball up. Now Wisla are trying to get something going. Lose possession, and Wola are trying to break once again down that left-hand side. Now that's a free kick given to Wola. Carbo's adjudged to have committed the foul. Right on the touchline. I suppose it is a little bit. We'll let you have that one. It's going to be swung in from the left-hand side, right on the touchline. Wisla holding a line on the 18-yard box. Free kick comes in, headed clear. Recycled by Wola. Chance to put another cross. They've not got numbers in the box though. They're trying to play it in there. Nice little turn. Took too long though. That'll be a free kick to Wisla. I think it's Lasicki who won the ball. He's gone down. Was indeed. He gets up. Tackle there from the Wisla central defender. He's done well, Lasicki. Like I said, I'm not sure what's happened to Biedrzycki, if anything. Had a dodgy start to the season, Biedrzycki, but once he got over his yellow card, blimey. That's straight away. Somebody's gone down. Trainer on for Wisla. It's Uriger. He's laid down straight away. The referee's waving. The referee's waving for assistance straight away. What happened here? Did he go down on his own, or did he? I hope it's an impact injury. Oh no, he's done something, hasn't he? He's done something as the captain. This is not what we want before we start hitting the playoffs. There's not a lot of time between the last game next week and the playoffs starting, so we don't want our captain getting injured. That's another point. What's happened with Kutwa? Because Marius Yop, he's there with the bald head. Marius Yop, excuse me, he does like, or he did like, Kutwa at centre-half along with Uriger. Also, you could have Kutwa at centre-half with Biedrzycki, with Lasicki, and now with Joseph Colley. Now he's coming back. So, he is a little bit of a talisman for the team though, isn't he, Uriger? Scored some important goals this season. Scored and made as well. Normally it comes from a long throw, flicking on. Yeah, he's running off to the side of the pitch now. He's going to be coming back on. So I'm not, hopefully it was just a little bit of a twist or something. He looks good to go though. He's just having a word with Marius Yop. I wonder what's coming through Lakievic's, the keeper's mind. I wonder if, because he'd had a couple of dodgy games, I wonder if it's a bit of a relief that he's on the sideline and Broder's in. I suppose really, you want to be playing, wouldn't you? But and we've also got Chichkan as well. Our other keeper. Not bad at all. Uriger's back on the pitch. Wola trying to come in down the left-hand side of the penalty area, and he just got a foot in, conceded a corner. Just before half-time. Try and keep it at 2-0. 43.5 minutes gone. It's going to be an outswinger from the left-hand side for Wola. 6-yard area is getting pretty congested. Cross comes in. Not a good corner, really. And easily dealt with by Wisla. Trying to recycle it on that far side, though, Wola. Referee plays an advantage to them. Now they're trying to come down the right-hand side to the penalty area. Poltanovic comes over, cleans it up. Lovely. He gave away the throw-in, but did well there, Poltanovic. Wins the ball back again there. He's having a good first half, is the Wisla centre midfielder. Igbekeem's on the bench as well, so maybe in the second half we'll see Igbekeem come on for Poltanovic. Don't want to tire anybody out at the end at this late stage of the season. Wola coming down the right hand side. Awful, awful, awful. There was a cross. It was a definite miss hit because the ball went all over the place in the air and just went behind for a goal kick to Wisla. 45 minutes coming up on the clock. 2 minutes of added on time at the end of the first half. The geezer in live chat says, I'm in the States and just found your channel. I appreciate the English commentary and I'm now a subscriber. A geezer, thank you very much for the subscription. You're more than welcome. Are you a Wisla Krakow fan yourself, or what's the story with a geezer? Ball's back with Broder. Wisla just playing it out from the back, given away by Mikulek though. I know in some respects it's a dead rubber, but you don't want to start these bad habits of giving the ball away from the back. We've lost so many goals since the mid-season break through playing it out from the back and making mistakes. We sort of haven't got used to not doing it at certain times. Just before half-time, why do you want to play it out from the back? Launch it long. Chance here for, that's going to be a yellow card, I don't know, sending off. Second booking. That's the second booking. And this is where, in the first half, this is the guy, Memrek is it? I forgot his name, so apologies. It was Meremic. So he's committed the foul there. Yeah, that's a booking. It's his second yellow card. His first yellow card in the first half was for committing a foul. It wasn't a foul. However, the referee gave it and he went steaming over on the far side to the assistant, having a go at him, and the referee booked him for it. And now he's paying the price for that ill discipline. A geezer said, yes, I'm a fan of this frustrating hot and cold club. Fingers crossed they get promotion. A geezer, it is, supporting Wisla Krakow is a roller coaster ride, and yet frustrating to say the least. But hopefully, do you know, it's only a few games back. Just watch this free kick, because this will be the last action of the first half. It's going to be Ronaldo to hit it with his left foot. Go on, put one in. Oh, he's off the crossbar. Blimey. Yeah, this was a good effort, that's for sure. Keeper was beat. Just the wrong side of the crossbar. Yeah, a geezer said, yeah, I'm a fan of this frustrating hot and cold club, fingers crossed to get promotion. It's only a few games back, and that's half-time. 2-0 to Wisla. It's only a few games back that I was thinking, we've got a chance here of catching Tamalika Brookbet and going for that second automatic promotion spot. How things have changed. How things have changed. An awful performance against Wisla Plock, giving away 2 goals. Put pay to anything, really. And when we played, when we drew 2-2 with Tamalika Brookbet, but when we played them earlier in the season, we absolutely battered them at home. And, all right, I think it was a 2-2 draw away. But there's been too many games early in the season where we had the points and then we literally threw games away. You know, through, I think, Tamas Kiss, when he made his debut, had a great debut, scored, all's great, yeah. Gets 2 silly yellow cards, gets sent off, and then we lose the points. We get a penalty against us, and, you know, not good. You can't go through a season repeatedly making mistakes like that and then expect to push for automatic promotion. All that Wisla Krakow, all that we deserve this season is what we've got, which is a chance at promotion. Just in case you're joining us late, there is the chances from the first half. A geezer, he says, they love to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. Never has a saying been more true. And it describes Wisla Krakow to a T. I went watching the last game I watched of Wisla. I went over to Poland in December the 10th it was, and we played Legnica. First half, it was pretty even Steven. Wisla on top. Second half, do what we often do, come out, still half asleep, give Legnica the impetus after half-time to get into the game. They scored a good first goal coming in from the left-hand side. That's often our weakness with Jarocz. I mean, I like Jarocz, nothing against him. He'll score you a goal. He's dependable, but he just goes through phases where he will get beat on the outside. Then he'll try and cover the outside, and then he won't. He'll let the player come inside, and they'll get a shot off and score it. So he's not quite. Oh, he doesn't always know when to go tight on the attacker and when to just drop a yard. And he gets caught out at times. So on the whole, he's a good right back. I think Sot is a good right back as well. But I understand why Marius Jok does play Jarocz. But he's definitely building a decent squad. One of the problems that we might have going into the summer, if we do not get promotion, what's going to happen to Ridado? There's been rumours, haven't there, that there's plenty of bids coming in for our striker. Does he want to spend another season in the Betclic one? Does he love Wisla Krakow enough? He says he does, and I've no reason to doubt him. But you know, I suppose if they throw enough zloty in his way, then does he get tempted to go? Especially seeing as they've just had I think him and his missus have just had a baby, and she might be saying to him, "Hey, come on, Angel, bring a few more shekels into the pot." So who knows? Let's have a bit of a quiet while it's half time. That was unlucky for the defender there. No choice but to get a touch on that. That man Ridado was behind him waiting to pass it into the net. Yeah, this was a sending off. It was a booking. Yellow card. Unfortunately for the player, he'd already had a booking for talking to the official on the far side too much after the referee had given a free kick that he disagreed with. Like he's going to change his mind. That was unlucky. The free kick from Ridado rattled off the crossbar, and that was half time. So, Agiza, you're in the States. What part of the States are you in? Not a massive crowd in tonight. I think, what was it, about 14,000 or something, 16,000 maybe. Times are getting hard as well, aren't they? There's definitely not as much money around as there used to be. Or I should say, there is the same amount of money around as there used to be. It's just everything is so much more expensive. You definitely need to watch what you're spending, that's for sure. Agiza, New England Patriots fan? Or do you not bother with the American football? I don't mind American football, I've got to say. I'm a Green Bay Packers fan myself, purely because when it first started in the UK on the TV in the 1980s, Green Bay Packers were the first team that I watched. I think it used to be on Channel 4. Yeah, it did. It used to be on Channel 4. And I watched the Green Bay Packers, so always stuck with them. They're another team who always flattered to deceive. A geezer, not a Dolphins fan. It's funny because when it came out in the 80s, it was the first game I watched, like I said, was Green Bay Packers, but it was always the Miami Dolphins, and then Dan Marino was this big star, wasn't he? And it went through phases of who was the team of choice, especially over in the UK. It was the Chicago Bears for a while, and that was because they had the. Do you remember they had the fridge? Big. I'm not sure what position he played, but he was a huge unit, and he played for Chicago. So there was always the Miami Dolphins, Chicago Bears, and then Dallas went through a period of being flavour of the month. You could always tell because when you used to see the youngsters wearing their American football jackets, one year all you would see would be Dallas Cowboys jackets. Then it'd be the Miami Dolphins jackets. And they've tried to get it going a few times here over in the UK, with games that they've held at Wembley. But it's been well supported and that, but I don't think it'll ever take off like they wanted it to. Don Shula still the only undefeated coach. I know the name Don Shula, but I don't know any more. Don't know the story behind him. Geezer, just out of curiosity, how come you're a Wisla Krakow fan? Are you Polish and moved to the States, or is it like me through going over? I have my dentist in Poland and what have you, so I spend a lot of time in Poland, and we go over for breaks, and I've got a friend over there, and now my daughter-in-law's going to be Polish. That doesn't sound right, does it? But you get what I mean. Eldest son, he's dating a Polish maid. So, yeah, started watching Wisla Krakow, and then you get hooked on them. And before you know it, you're flying over to watch them play. You're in the clubhouse buying stuff. The clubhouse is fantastic as well. If you get over there and you want to buy him a memento of your visit. But it's like these scarves, they're proper thick scarves. They're not, the quality of materials that they use is fantastic in the clubhouse. And the prices are really, really reasonable. No matter which football shirt you buy, you always get ripped off with a football shirt, but they're certainly not the dearest. So if anybody's watching this and if you fancy going to Krakow, going watching a match and you're not sure what to do, drop me an email and catchitlivefirst@gmail.com, or send me a message in. Leave a comment on one of the videos, and I'll certainly talk you through it. It's pretty straightforward. All you need to do is book your tickets online. It cost-wise is really good. It's about, well, for my ticket, where I sit, right on the halfway line, on the far side from where the camera is, and on this row, I think it's section E, row 14. and it's 10 British pounds, or about 50 zloty. If you want to go the whole hog and you want to go VIP, it's about £50, 250 zloty. But it's definitely get a pint or whatever, or a cup of tea before the match. And yeah, if you get stuck, send me a message and I can talk you through it, or put you in touch with the lady who does the ticket sales. Forgot her name. I think it's Anya. I forgot now, but I've got her contact details, and she'll always help out. A geezer said, "I'm of Polish descent. Shula was the Polish-American coach of Miami. He went undefeated in the season, and he won the Super Bowl." Don Shula. Yeah, that'll be why I know the name. So he did what Arsenal did in the Premier League. Only team to do it, the Invincibles, wasn't it? Unbeaten. Just watching that free kick again from Ronaldo. The crossbar. It's quite nice watching Wisla, knowing that you can kind of relax a little bit with this game, because regardless of what happens, we're going in the playoffs. But I put in the description of this video, this live stream, sorry. We want to be going into the end of the season hitting some consistent performances and getting, get some green W's on the board. We don't want to be you don't want to be finishing the season with defeats and where you're scrabbling around for a draw. Want to take some good performances into the playoffs now. That was a point. When the playoffs, when they're going to take place, a geezer said, almost, we don't have draws in our football normally, so undefeated means won every game. Yeah, that is true. Although, do you know, if you have the overtime, they've started it in rugby league over in the UK now. If it's 0-0 after, at the end of the game, we're going to overtime, sudden death overtime. But over in the States with the American football, if it's a tie and you go into overtime, do they just keep playing until somebody gets asked goer, or do they do it where there's say you get 2 extra halves or something of 10 minutes each or something? How does it actually work if you go into overtime with the American football? Also, you don't work at Microsoft by any chance, do you? I don't know if you got the live stream from the start, but I was just saying I'm in the process of setting up. This is good news. He's back. Joseph Colley's back. Injured in our European qualification match last. When was it? He was injured. Blimey, we're going November. Yeah, he gets a round of applause off everybody there. Joseph Colley, he's back. Did his Achilles in. I think it might have been when we were playing Vienna. I'm going from memory now. But yeah, went down and it's not been good. But he's back. A geezer says, after overtime, then it's a draw. After overtime, then it's a draw. We try to avoid tie scores. So if at the end of the fourth quarter it's all level, this we're in the second half, by the way, kicking from right to left. Sorry, Wisla kicking from left to right in this second half, as you can see there. And we're back underway. So if you were to get a tie at the end of the fourth quarter, you go into overtime. Do you just keep playing then until somebody gets a winning score? So that way there is no draw. And what do Wisla do? Start the second half, give the ball away, and have to concede a free kick. Sloppy play. Not surprised Maria Shop's got no her. Be interesting now to see. It was Carbo forced to commit a tackle. Went with his wrong leg as well. But yeah, it was a free kick. Nothing more than that. I wonder if my money is on Uriger going off because he was a little bit pained in that first half. I don't know whether he pulled something or didn't see the substitutes, but especially it's a good game for Collie to come back on, especially with Wola being down to 10 men. Free kick came in and it's been put behind by, it was Jarrott who got his head to it. It's a corner down the left-hand side for Wola. Comes into the 6-yard box, headed clear. Chance for Wisla to break maybe. Ball over the top there. Lovely take. Keep going. Duarte, edge of the box. He's running wide. He's done well though. Needs some support. Wins a throw-in. Yeah, it's a good game for Joseph Colley to come back in, because he's probably not going to be under as much pressure with Wola being down to 10 men. And there's not a great deal at stake in this game. So, but good to see him back on the pitch, that is for sure. Duarte still supporting his moustache. Duda on that far side, puts a cross into the box, low cross, volleyed clear. Excuse me, it's going to be a long second half for Wola, you can see. They're going to have to do a lot of defending. And it's pretty much, it's going to test the character, put it that way. Teams are just coming across the bottom. Oh, you can't see it on my, but it's Broder, Mikulek, Cole, Carbo, Rodado, Duarte, Jarrott, Lisicki, Duda, the Polish Messi, and Baina and Poltanovic. That's how they've come out for the second half. So the only change up to now has been captain Alan Uriger off and Joseph Colley back for a long-term injury. Wola go with, I don't need those names. Bertite Memrick got sent off. In the penalty area, Baina puts it across the 6-yard box, headed clear to the edge of the box. Carbo puts a shot in, that's blocked. And now it's just hoofed clear by Wola. Joseph Colley, he's been fouled on the halfway line. That's his first involvement. There he is on the floor. He's a unit as well, isn't he? Tell you who is a unit when you see him in person as well. I always say this, Biedrzycki, way bigger than he looks on TV. Wisla coming down that right-hand side. Baina plays a little ball there to Rodado, who's come over to help. Plays a ball to Carbo, edge of the box. Duda in the box, puts a shot in. Wide and handsome. Didn't even get deflected. I thought it was that poor of a shot. I thought it was deflected. Apparently not. It was just a poor shot. It's a bad angle as well, that. Goal kick. Agiza said, it used to be in overtime, first team to score touchdown wins. If they only scored a field goal, if they only scored a field goal, the other side gets a chance to score. Now, I think regardless, each team gets a possession no matter who scores first. I'm with you. But regardless, they keep going until somebody scores first, so there is no tie. So in theory, as bizarre as it sounds, a game could go on for 10 hours of overtime if nobody scores. You just keep going until somebody gets that first score and both teams have had a possession. That's going to be a free kick and a booking there. Edge of the box. Lasicki it was. Committed the foul. Was it a foul? Yeah. Foul and a yellow card. Can't complain at that. Broder in goal. Gestures. He wants 2 in the wall. I don't know if you saw last week a geezer. Broder, he's put, there's 3 in the wall now. When Broder came in, Bilikiewicz had made a few mistakes. He pulled off some worldy saves as well, but made a few mistakes. I think his confidence was suffering a bit. Broder came in, and within 50 seconds, he'd made a fantastic save. So he was definitely up for it. He's had a bit of a go faster haircut as well, Joseph Colley. The dreadlocks have gone. Shot comes in. Good handling by Broder. Rodado almost put it past him as well there. He put his foot out. I think he might have got a touch as well. He pulled his foot away at the last time, but too late. So he did well, the keeper. Trying to come down the right-hand side with Baina. If you were the player for Wola and you're the fullback, you've been tortured by ball into the box there from Carbo. Unkind bounce really though for Duda, and it's cleared. Yeah, you've been tortured in that first half by Ina Perez down this right hand side for Wisla, and you can bet your bottom dollar that at some point Mario Shop's going to make the change. He'll pull Ina Perez off, and he'll put Tamas Kiss on, another speed merchant. It's going to be a tough day, and whatever you're getting paid, you're going to earn your money. Jarrett comes across with a good tackle there on the halfway line, puts the ball out for a throw into Wola. Just want to check the volumes as well. Nobody said it's not looking all right. I had an issue. I was onto Microsoft in California, as I was saying earlier. That was the story I got in. I interrupted myself. And I had to download some fresh files and do all sorts. And when I set the stream up, I mistakenly and stupidly thought, oh, it's all right. I've just got to plug my microphone in. I've got everything set up. Oh, no, definitely not. The microphone wasn't recognised, which is an Elgato Wave 3. It wasn't recognised. The file had been moved, and what a nightmare setting it up. Thank goodness for ChatGPT. So we managed to get it up and running again. Geezer says, I've only caught a handful of games. We had a channel over here that was going to cover the Eklichstrasse exactly when Wisla was relegated. Just my luck. Cross comes in from Baina, blocked. That'd be a corner to Wisla down this right hand side. Yeah, that's the way it goes, mate. That's the way it goes. So over in the States, do you get the Premier League matches? You know, it's like every week is every Manchester United match on, every Liverpool match on. Or, whereas in the UK, you get your selected matches, and if you want to watch the others that aren't on Sky, or, you know, they're not on a paid channel, you've got to get the streaming services involved. Corner comes in, headed goalwards by Mikulek. No power behind it and no direction. Goal kick to Wola. Playing it around at the back. Chance to come down the right hand side, but that player getting sent off from it makes things difficult. It was going to be a tough night before it started with 11 players. Now they're down to 10. It's going to be an uphill struggle, and realistically, a draw's not good enough. They needed all 3 points. Didn't get a chance at half time to go through the tables. In fact, I'll have a quick look at it now. The box shot comes in, deflected. Wide of the keeper's left-hand post. It was Duarte. Just as I looked up then, be a corner to Wisla down this right-hand side. Yeah, as things stand, it's curtains for Wola. Wisla would move within 1 of Wisla Plock. Obviously, that poor result we had against Plock, and it was a poor performance as well. It put pay to us being able to have a push to Malika Brookbet as well, an automatic promotion. Real disappointing performance, that. Really disappointing. Lexner, they've tailed off now. They've got all but no chance of getting in the playoff spot. Mathematically, they could do. They would need to win the last 2 games and Polonia Varsova to get no points. But it looks like the top 6 is fully set. There's a chance to take 3rd for Wisla. There's a mathematical... No, there isn't. Best we can get is 3rd. Cross comes in from Baena. Dardo's in the middle. Defender gets there first. Falls to Mikulek. Mikulek back heels it to Duarte. Duarte gets it taken off his toes as he was going to pull the trigger. And they're trying to break down the right-hand side, Wola. Joseph Colley goes over. Commits his first. That's a welcome back. He's going to get a yellow card there. Did he get a touch on him, Colley? Did he get a yellow card? Referee's given a free kick, but I've not seen... Yeah, he's got a booking, hasn't he? Agiza says, we had Premier League here for about 10 hours or so. Think of the teams that were in the Prem then and how many relegated teams have never gotten back. Unfortunately, I must leave now, but I've enjoyed our chat and we'll be back in the future. Good to chat with you, my friend. Thanks for the subscription. Our next stream are going to be on, I think it's Sunday, for Rugby League, Wigan Warriors. So feel free to join us for that one. It'll be afternoon time in the UK. Cross comes in from the left. Broder gets a hand to it, pushes it away. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your evening. Have a great weekend, my friend. And thank you very much for the sub. Cross comes in. It's cleared by Lasicki. gaps at the back now for Wola. They're going to have to be really careful because with the speed merchants of Baena Perez and Duarte, Poltanovic is going to get booked there. I don't know why he's done that. He does get a booking. Maybe take Poltanovic off and put Igbekim on. Looked a little bit leggy there, did Poltanovic. I don't know why he did this. He wasn't really going anywhere. That's just a nailed-on yellow card. See, this is what happens when you join in with a live stream. We've ended up talking about American football. Much better when there's somebody in live stream. Thank you very much. A geezer. It's going to be a free kick to come in. A geezer says, I meant 10 years, not 10 hours. Damn auto correct. You have a great weekend as well, my friend. Bye. I will do. That cross came in. Yeah. Loops up in the air over Broders. Crossbar. Not troubling the keeper. Yeah, I read it out as I was reading it out. I thought it would be 10 years, mate. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Catch up again soon. This we're playing it about. Duarte, long crossfield pass trying to find Baena. Too floaty though, and the defender gets there in front of him. Wola give the ball away though. Now Baena skins the fullback, gets to the byline, cuts inside again, pulls it back. Chance for Carbo to shoot. He does, as he shoots, he slips and the ball is cleared. The defender came steaming across then, trying to cut out that run into the box by Baena Perez. I hope they show it again because it was quite comical. He literally slid across the grass at a vast rate of knots like a torpedo. If he'd have got any contact with Baena, it would have been a nailed-on penalty. So he did well to avoid him, really. Baena plays it into the box to Duda. Duda tries teeing himself up. Defender gets a toe in. Then a loose pass out, trying to find Baena. And it'll be a throw-in on this near side for Wola. They're going to make a substitution. Zvelinski's coming on and Tamaskis. Doesn't get any easier for the Wola defence, does it? Going to take Baena Perez is coming off, and probably Ridardo's going to come off as well. Save his legs. Yeah, we're going to do well to keep hold of him in the summer, that is for sure. Poltanovic and Baena's coming off, so Ridardo stays on. Marius Shop's got a smile on his face. He's happy with what he's seen so far. Why wouldn't he be? 2-0 up. Opposition down to 10 men. Playoff places guaranteed. Just frustrating that the poor performances earlier in the season and mistakes have come back to haunt us a little bit. But that's what you get. You get what you deserve over a season, and like I said earlier, the best that Wisla can do now is finish in the playoffs, and that's, I think, the best we can do is third. The table doesn't lie at the end of a season. Too big a club, though, to be hanging around. This will be the second season now in the Betclic 1. We need to get back in the Ekklakstrasse. Polish Premier League. Get the Krakow derby going. If you've never been to Krakow, and if you do go, have a look at the two clubs. It's fairly close. You've got Cracovia and Wisla Krakow. I would say with a good throw, you could hit the other club from whichever club you stood at. That's not quite as close as the two Dundee teams. They are close. But yeah, they are within a stone's throw, as the saying goes. Jarroch in the penalty area. did well, couldn't quite put it under control, and it's cleared by Wola. Just got to check this microphone levels, 1 second. That'll do. Everything sounds pretty good with that. Like I said earlier, I was a bit concerned that the microphone would be a bit iffy, but no, it's behaving itself. Got to say as well, for the cost that you pay for these microphones, Elgato Wave 3s, the sound that you get out of them is pretty damn good. I've got to say, I'm well impressed with it. It was 90 something UK pounds. Well happy with that, and you get the free software included with it. You can get preset downloads and all sorts of snazzy little things you get with it. Obviously, if you've got a bigger stream and a bigger audience and you want better gear, you can spend hundreds and thousands of pounds, but when it's only small like mine, like my channel, no point. It does the job. Collie, long range shot, blimey. Back to the drawing board with that one, Joseph. He has a wry smile on his face. I'm not surprised. What an awful shot that was. He's not quite got his radar yet after his return from injury. When they come back from long-term injury, like what, when they go in for the first few tackles, it makes me just a little bit nervous. It was like that with Carbo when he came back. First time he goes in for a 50-50, you're always thinking, are they going to break again, or is something going to go a little bit pear-shaped for them? But no, not at all. But obviously the physio team know what they're doing and when they're actually ready to get back and how many minutes they can play, and everything's computerized now, isn't it? They've all got these things that they wear that tell you how many miles they've run and what your heart rate is, and it's all very technical now. Gone are the days where a couple of pints before the game and a couple of pints after the game. Tamas Kiss on this near side. Goes back to Jaroch. Back to Kiss, plays it down the line to Ridado there, but the defender got a foot in, puts it out for a throw-in down this right-hand side for Wisla. Joseph Colley on the ball, on the halfway line, striding forward. I don't know how long his socks are. Look like they go up to his thighs. Carbo plays the ball to Jaroch. Still battling hard, Wola, and they're doing well. But you get a feeling it's just a matter of time before Wisla bang another in. Ridado into the box, holds it on the byline, lays it off to Jaroch, who's overlapped him. Chance to put a cross in, puts a cross in. That should have been a goal. Blocked by the defender, cleared by Wola. They're pushing the luck a little bit now out of the away side. Don't know who it was, whether it was Wolinski in the middle who got the touch. Let's have a look. So it's Jaroch there getting into the box to the byline, pulls it across. Duarte didn't get a touch. Wolinski couldn't get a meaningful touch. And Wola get away with it. You just get a feeling that there's another goal or two in this for Wisla. Obviously, Wola struggling a little bit, being down to 10 men. Duarte drives into the penalty area, lays it off to Duda. Duda to Carbo, plays it out left to Mikulek. Not under pressure, so he lays it off to Duarte. Duarte puts a cross into the box. Looking for Tamas Kiss on the far post. Under hit though, headed clear. Recycled by Jaroch, but Jaroch gives it away. There's a chance here for Wola to break No numbers though, and Wisla have got numbers back now. So they're still in possession, but they're on the halfway line. Long crossfield pass to that far right-hand side. Nice pass, plenty of room out there. All played into that right-hand channel, just on the edge of the penalty area. Collie goes over. Probing volley, and you've worked a space down the right-hand side. Chance for a cross to come in. Nobody in the middle, though, so the cross doesn't come in. And by the time there was support there, Mikulek had gone over and blocked the cross. Now there's going to be a booking there as Duarte gets pulled back. Referee goes over. Is he going to brandish a yellow card? He does indeed. It was that man there. Valsky got yellow carded for this swap shirts after the game, mate. After the game, that's what the saying goes like, isn't it? Nailed on yellow card. So we've got Alfaro coming on. That'll be for Duarte down the left. So a good season for Wisla as Alfaro. He's been consistent, whether he's started or whether he's come on as a substitute. He's always put a performance in. That must be a dream player for Marius Shop. Jaroc's chance to come down the right-hand side. It's with Tamas Kiss. That'll be another one for Wisla. So it's with Tamas Kiss on this right-hand side. Plays it central to Carbo. Carbo flicks one in there to Zwolinski. On his chest, turns and volleys it in. Has a look to the assistant on this near side. Assistant's flag stays down. And there's the boys and girls. What a beautiful finish that was from Zwolinski. Came on, it was a beautiful pass over the top. Took it on his chest. First time, that man Carbo. Cool, that's tight for offside. Took it on his chest. Volley, keeper, no chance. Wouldn't mind betting this gets looked at by VAR because it's close. Not handball, lovely finish. But close to being offside when that first initial ball came through from Carbo. They're just checking it. My guess is they will. The players are going to be lining up as though it is a goal, but it's tight, put it that way. Have a look at this. So he's not. You can't do that. 'Cause no, where they were showing, where they were freeze framing that, you needed to go on another couple of frames there because the ball hadn't been played by Carbo over the top. This could well be offside. Hopefully it's not because it deserved a goal for the finish. But I'd like to see that again. Freeze frame when Carbo's foot is touching the ball, playing the ball through. Where they froze it before, he was onside-ish. Carbo hadn't made contact with the ball, making the pass. It's a tight one. Beautiful finish. That's one of them where you concentrate on it coming over to your chest and then lump it over the crossbar. Not as Zwolinski though. I mean, it deserves a goal. And I'd just said before as well, it was coming. You just had that feeling that, yes, he's onside. It's been given. It's been given. So, Wisla Krakow 3, Stal Wola 0, and down to 10 men. And it looks like they're going out of the Betclic 1. Anybody who trades the commodity markets or the forex markets, I don't know what's going on with the volumes and liquidity, but they are so low. Any kind of, it doesn't even have to be a sizable trade. It's just moving the markets. Selling may and walk away. It looks like that's what's happening. Certainly for the first half of the month anyway. Gold's been battered back down. Silver's not really doing anything. That's all going to change in the second half of this year. That is for sure. Not financial advice, just Jimmy James's opinion. Make a few shekels on that if we can. I don't know why. That's why I've not put it. It's a little bit better. That'll have to do. Free kick to Wola just inside Wisła's half down this left-hand side. We're going to make a couple of changes now. Are the away team? Let's have a look who's coming off and who's going on. Urban's coming on. And Kulkovic, is it? Kukulovic is coming on. And Urban. Niepsu and Zocher's coming off. Apologies for butchering your name. I need a panic cut as well. I always forget to brush my hair before you do a live stream. I was coming on looking like a bag of rags. Yeah, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, does it? We're back underway. Collie goes over down that left-hand side. All's flashed across. Nobody in the middle, though. Nobody in the middle. And it's throw into Wisła on this near side, about 6 yards out from the corner flag. Wisła fans singing their anthem. As long as Wawel Castle stands, Krakow will remain. If you've never been to Wawel Castle, I can thoroughly recommend it. It's right in the old town, or just outside of the old town, within walking distance. Another chance for Wisła, just couldn't get space in the box to get the shot away. Mikulek loses possession and it's cleared, but it's going to be a throw in about 18 yards out. Yeah, just couldn't get the ball out from under his feet. Tried finding Ronaldo, but wasn't to be. Don't know what's gone on there. Duda's run over and kicked the ball off the field. I think he got booked for it as well. I think Duda was saying it was a throw-in or kicking the ball to the right spot, and he went over and kicked it to the player. The referee's giving him a yellow card. All very strange. All very unnecessary. Either way, we move on. Wola ploughing players forward. Keeper's going to launch this long. No playing out from the back now. Collie uses his strength there. This will win the ball back. Alfaro on that far side. Plays it inside to Duda. Duda lays it off to Jarroch. He's got acres of space, Jarroch, and Wola backing off. Plays it back to Duda. Over the halfway line now. Spreads it left to Ronaldo, who's come deep. He lays it off to Alfaro towards the penalty area. Little 1-2 there with Ronaldo. Gets blocked. Then back to Ronaldo, but he can't take it. A chance for Wola to bring the ball away. Joseph Collie, he steps in. And it's back with Lasicki. Wisła in possession. Just over 10 minutes plus a little bit of added on time to go. Wisła Krakow 3, Stal Wola 0. This is curtains for Wola. They will be getting relegated after this match if it stays like this. Tamas Case, edge of the penalty area, down the right-hand side. Puts a cross in. It's blocked by a defender, but the deflection's lucky for Kiss. He puts it in again. It's headed clear. Wola trying to break. Duda's back there. There's a collision with Carbo. Wola trying to come down the right-hand side. Mikolet comes across, gets a foot in. Wins the ball. Wola want a free kick. Referee says nothing doing. It was a fair tackle. Wisla back in possession. Here we go again. Lovely ball to Tamas Kiss. Over on this right-hand side. Plays it central to Redado. There's room there for Alfaro. Into Alfaro. Right-footed. Keeper's left. Top corner. Good finish from the substitute. What did we say when he came on? Comes on as a substitute. Never lets you down. Marius Shop's dream he is. Marius Shop's dream. Didn't panic either, Wisla, once they got into that dangerous area. Yeah, took his time. First touch. The other thing as well, I noticed this in the first half. If you look at the keeper for Wola, I'm not saying he's not a good keeper, but he's not the biggest. He's not the biggest, is he? 81 minutes gone. Wisla Krakow 4. Stal Wola 0. Betclic 2. Here we come. If you're a Stal Wola fan, commiserations. If you're a Wisla Krakow fan, we march on. We've already cemented our place in the playoffs. But we want a good performance to take us forward into the playoffs. Take this form, have that momentum going into the playoffs. Going to have to take, if we get through to the playoff final, I'm going to have to take my blood pressure tablets. It's going to be a nerve-wracking game, isn't it? And you just know if Wisla Krakow are going to go up into the Ekklakstrasse via the playoffs, there's going to be some drama. There's no way we're going to get through to the final and get an early goal, another one before half-time, one just after half-time and cruise to a night. Oh, no. No. This is Wisla Krakow. It'd be more likely we'd get an early goal, raise your hopes up, one before half-time. Second half, we'll give an early goal away. Then it'll be 2-2, and we might pinch one in injury time and go through. It's always a roller coaster ride with this. That's why I love the club so much. But it's never straightforward. And I don't see why this would be any different. Just over 7 minutes to go, plus a little bit of added on time. I don't think the referee's going to add sort of 4 or 5 minutes on at the end of this match. All into the penalty area to Zwolinski. Keeper comes out. Zwolinski goes down. Keeper got the ball. Cleared. Zwolinski's claiming a penalty. He's adamant it's a penalty. VAR are reviewing. I thought the keeper got the ball. Yeah, he did. Keeper got the ball there, so this is... I would like it to be a penalty, but it's no penalty. Keeper got the ball. Well done, keeper. VAR still reviewing, but it won't take long. Zwolinski's having a word with the referee. He's convinced he's the number 99 for Wisla Krakow, but that's not what I saw. Referee gives it one of them. We play on. Alfaro puts the ball in. Redado turns, shoots. Oh, keeper's right-hand post. Ball just whistles past the keeper's right-hand post. If that was on target, the keeper's not stopping it. Beautiful turn from Alfaro and a lovely pass. Left foot from Redado. He caught that well. He is left-footed anyway, but just couldn't get enough on the ball. Whistled past the keeper's right-hand post. Keeper would dive, but he weren't stopping that if it was on target. That's for sure. 5.5 minutes to go. Ooh, getting a little bit nasty in midfield. Was that Carbo? Yeah, Mark Carbo. Carbo gets the yellow card. I think just a little bit of frustration showing now for Wola. Although it did look to me that instigated by Carbo. It was a foul. That's a good tackle if you're a rugby player. And then the Wola player took exception to it, rightly so. But like I say, it's frustration as much as anything. Referee gives a yellow card, we move on. Hi, pal. Ball over the top there from Wola. Too much on it. Collie, he just lets it roll through to Broder. Keeper picks it up. This we're coming down that left-hand side. Cleared by Wola. Not very well, though. Not very far. Jaroch picks it up, pretty central. Plays it to Duda. Duda, like a quarterback, surveying his options. Plays it to Carbo. Carbo comes to his right-hand side to Tamas Kiss. Kiss plays it to Jaroch. Jaroch goes... I thought he was going to try and find Kiss there. He couldn't. Went back to Carbo, but Carbo back to Jaroch. Now he can put a cross in. Swalinski's there, Ridardo's there. Ridardo gets up, gets his head to it, but can't direct it goalwards, and that's a goal kick to Wola, sorry. Got up well, did Ridardo, but yeah, I think it came off the back of his head in the end. Yeah, certainly. I think Strozik's coming on and Zvek's come on, Strozik's gone off, sorry. Yeah, I've got a feeling over the summer Carbo's gone off and Igbekim has come on for Wisla. Over the summer, Wisla are going to struggle to keep hold of Ronaldo, I think, especially if we don't get promotion. Tell you what though, if we do get promotion, it's going to be a difficult summer. It's going to be a difficult summer anyway because we have no money. We have no money. It was difficult to pay the players' wages when the mid-season break was on. Another goal for Wisla coming up. So the ball's with Duda, plays it through to Tamas Kiss. Kiss one-on-one with the keeper, cuts inside the defender, puts it to the keeper's left, make that 5-0. Lovely finish from the substitute, the flying winger, Tamas Kiss. Goes over and hugs Mariusz Yop. Lasicki comes over as well. Inski comes over. Igbekim comes over. They're all coming over. Wisla Krakow 5 goals to the good. Lovely finish, that. Lovely finish. Yeah, nothing the keeper could do there. But you can certainly see why Wola are where they are in the league. I know they're down to 10 men, and it's difficult. But who's that just been yellow carded? Referee's just given somebody a yellow card there for Wisla. Not sure what that was for. Sure, he's just issued a yellow card there, the referee. We're back underway anyway. Just had a message off an old friend of mine. Let's see what he wants. Used to play football with him years ago. Alan. What's he saying now? He sent an attachment. I'll have to send him a link to the live stream. See if I can find it. What a crazy guy he is. Our referee's blown his final whistle on 90 minutes. No point in prolonging the agony. Although they do that, if anyone's had a wager, you'd be a little bit disappointed the fact they finished it on bang on 90 minutes with no injury time, no added on time. Because let's be honest, there was a delay for a couple of VAR decisions, so there should have been at least 2 or 3 minutes added on. At what point does the referee have the license to say, no, I'm calling it? I don't think that's right, personally. You'd be a little bit disappointed if you'd had a wager and you're thinking, just one more goal, just one more corner. There's a bit of added on time, then the referee blows his whistle. Not good enough. Not good enough from the referee. Right, a victory for Wisla Krakow, 5-0. Unlucky for Wola. You know, you get what you deserve at the end of the day. And relegation for them is coming. If you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button, ping that notifications bell, and if you can give us a thumbs up, that'd be superb. Thank you to Agiza for joining me in live chat. Always a pleasure to chat with people in live chat. So, yeah, thank you. Quick shout out, we've got 3 stream supporters for tonight. We've got jalexpetproducts.co.uk, heavenlypleasures.co.uk, removepest.co.uk. Links in the description. Use the promo codes. Get yourself a discount on checkout. 5%, 7% and 10% respectively. All that's left for me to say is, I am Jimmy James. Thank you for watching. Catch it live first. We'll be back same time next week, I think it is, for Wisła's final league match before we move into the playoff games. I'll be back on Sunday, not sure what time. If you've clicked notifications, you won't miss it because we have got Wigan Warriors. So we're back with the Rugby League. Join us for that one. Enjoy the rest of your Friday evening. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch up with you soon. I am Jimmy James. You're watching Catch It Live First.